Hey guys, so I've been wanting to make this video for quite a while. A lot of you have said that I should make it and it would help and it could help a lot of other people, which is solely the reason for doing it. I was medicated in 2012. I knew I had something wrong with me because I went to uni, everything was fine, and then within sort of a few months stuff started happening. I was really introverted, which is so unlike me. I didn't want to see anyone. My uni work started suffering, zero concentration. I was blue all the time with no reason why. I had a great friendship group, good social circle, was going out, you know, a bit. I wasn't drinking excessively, wasn't taking drugs, you know, I was sleeping well, eating well, nothing really was untoward. And I actually, had a really big meltdown in my second year of uni. So I, was actually put on, went to the doctors actually, second year, so 2012, so I've been medicated 6 years. Right, so first year of uni was horrendous. My mental health was all over the place. I started seeing a university counsellor, which was a really great facility that they provided, because unfortunately it takes quite a while to see somebody on the NHS, and it's expensive if you have to pay yourself to speak to somebody who is qualified in being able to understand and deal with what's going on up here. So I saw a counsellor who was very hesitant for me to get medicated. She said there's other ways that we could deal with it. So we looked at things like CBT, meditation, acupuncture, homeopathic remedies, you know, changing my diet. Nothing helped. I was spiralling out of control to the point, and this is what my parents don't know, that I actually had planned to end my life. I had joined a forum online and I was speaking with a gentleman who was in his 40s, I believe, and we were going to drive to the coast and we were going to do it in his car and we were going to gas ourselves. I had the suicide notes written, I had everything planned out, I had a rough date set, and then I realised that I was really out of control. What was going on, I didn't know. I couldn't handle what was happening. I'd been this person my whole life that had been so happy-go-lucky, and then all of a sudden it just went to shit. And it was a really dark time for me, really dark time, and I really struggled. I remember one evening being in my halls and just crying and just wanting to end it. I just couldn't see a way out of this dark feeling, the dark hole that I was experiencing. It was horrendous, it was so scary, and I wouldn't have wished it on my worst enemy. I couldn't recognise myself anymore. I'd lost loads of friends, I'd gained so much weight, I had a terrible relationship with my parents. I just wanted to literally crawl into a hole and die. It was awful, the worst time of my life. And I realised that I couldn't carry on, and I went to see my GP and I was put on citalopram, and within a week I noticed a massive difference, and uni started picking back up and my relationship with people. It's hot in here. I'm doing this because I have no peace and quiet. Everyone bothers me all the time. Oh, and I'm in my dressing gown because I love my dressing gown. I love to feel nice and cosy. So it's like 100 degrees in my car and I'm in my dressing gown. So yeah, guys, while we're on the note of being really hot in a car, don't leave dogs in hot cars, okay? It's not cool, it's not on, and yeah, it's not good. So I'm just gonna wet my whistle. Does anyone else ever do that if they're wearing lip gloss? Like, I've taught myself to drink out of a bottle by basically pouring it in my mouth, which everyone's like, that's not that hard, but yeah, it is. When I first started, I used to literally just dribble all down myself, or like pour it down my front, but like, so, went to see my GP, was put on citalopram, and within a week, I felt really good. Things started looking up. It wasn't an overnight sort of cure, but within a week, I noticed a massive difference, and, from that point onwards, I was medicated. I went onto a few different other medications because citalopram had a few crazy side effects I didn't like, such as a super dry mouth, terrible night sweats, a few bits that I didn't like. I found some good antidepressants, like sertraline is one that I have been on in the past. I'm actually on again now. I really liked it. Only side effect though is it makes my hair fall out, which isn't good. I have tried to take myself off of medication. I have I've gone cold turkey. I've also tried to reduce my dose sort of bit by bit, and yeah, it's horrible. The dark thoughts come back. I have tried meditation, I've tried counselling, I've tried spiritual therapy. I don't see at this point in time that I can come off my medication. It keeps me balanced. I can still feel emotions. I still have really good days and really bad days. If anyone's watching takes them, I personally like them, and it keeps me feeling balanced. And I have tried to come off them, and when I say try, I gave it my absolute all, okay? I literally gave it my all. I was so convinced I wouldn't need them anymore until I found myself creeping back into old behaviours, old thought patterns that I haven't felt since 2012. So that's my journey, my story so far. I mean, I have a lot of really dark down days, a lot of really, really bad days still, and it's completely normal and it's life. You have mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. It isn't just, you know, a case of all is well after taking tablets. It's not. Every day is a new day. That's why I try and live every day as it comes, and I try and, you know, take each day, you know, step by step. I've had some really rubbishy times recently. I have swapped my medication because I found myself really struggling with my old medication. I was on venlafaxine, which is, according to my research, the antidepressant with the highest suicide rate. I was on it for over a year, and recently I've noticed a massive change in my behaviour towards people like friends and family, and I almost started noticing that I felt like really sort of, if I use the term bipolar, 1 minute could be experiencing the highest highs and then the next minute the lowest lows, and I couldn't get out of bed. And, you know, I just thought, well, done a bit of research. Oh my God, legit, in front of me, there is a pigeon trying to have sex with another pigeon on my roof. Yeah, you go, girl. Get away from him. He, like, proper put it on her then. Oh, now she's pecking him. Okay, so she's playing hard to get. And then when he tried to get on top of her, she was like, nah, not having any of this. She's leading him on. What prick tease. Yeah, so I don't know, call it intuition. I mean, I'm gonna get so many people disagreeing with this video. This is primarily my journey, my story. So I took myself a venlafaxine, went back on sertraline. As I said in the past, I loved sertraline. I really did. I've spoken to so many people about this. I loved sertraline. Ooh, it's hot in here. I really liked it. Only thing was, my hair fell out, and it wasn't just like a few hairs, it was a lot of hair, and I really started to notice my hair was getting thin. Done a lot of research on that, and apparently it is a common side effect, and I've put myself back on sertraline, and I feel really good. I feel good at the moment. I feel good, I feel clear, I feel clarity, like everything's a bit clearer, and I don't feel crazy like I did on venlafaxine. And touch wood, my hair hasn't started to fall out, so I just don't know whether this was just a phase. Oh, I really don't know. I don't understand antidepressants. I never will. I just, you know, unfortunately my hair fell out. So I got Sula. Right now I take 50 milligrams of sertraline once a day. I take it in the morning, and I have been having crazy dreams and night sweats, but that is pretty common for taking SSRIs. So yeah, so my mental health struggles, you know, every day, as I said, is a different day. I really don't know when I wake up how I'm gonna feel. Obviously, you know, certain things will affect how I feel, as in, have I had a skinful of alcohol the night before? Have I not slept? Have I been eating rubbish? Have I been, you know, burning the candle at both ends? That's obviously, for me, going to affect my mental health. So you have to think ahead when depression and anxiety. You have to think, if I go out to this party and I get really drunk, I'm going to feel rubbish the next day because I'll be tired, I'll be hungover. That's going to affect my hormones, that's going to affect my mood level. So what I see is you have to often be quite harsh on yourself. You have to say, like, I'm going to be feeling shit on Sunday if I go out on Saturday night. But that is what it is. And you have to just take that, you know, why should we miss out just because we know that we're going to have a terrible, like, Sunday? You know, why, if we like drinking, why should we not drink just because it makes us feel bad? Obviously, you know, there are things that you can avoid, like drinking, drugs, smoking, obviously, you know, other things that might make it worse. But I don't understand why I should not be allowed to enjoy it like other people. You know, obviously I'm gonna change necessarily how much I drink and stuff like that. So that's one thing I try and do. I try and like look ahead a bit and plan and know that maybe if I go out on Saturday night, then Sunday I am going to be having a day where I'm a bit more sensitive than usual. So that day I'm going to not plan to do anything. I'm not going to plan to meet anyone. I'm going to, you know, buy some nice food that I can enjoy. I'm trying to film! I'm trying to film! Trying to film!
Who's filming?
Me! I'm filming!
Am I disturbing you?
Yeah! Can you take your wheelie bin and go?
How long are you gonna be?
A while. So I'm back in my room because my car was too hot and my camera said internal temp too high. So social media is probably one of the worst triggers for me. That's my own personal thing that I find really difficult, but I like using it, I enjoy using it. I enjoy the time, you know, I work out at the gym on the cross trainer and I scroll through Instagram. I also enjoy, like, a bit voyeuristic. I enjoy looking at what other people are doing. I might be a loser, might be sad. This video basically being super honest. I hope somebody can find something from it. It's hard feeling like you can't escape it and feeling like you can't ever get away from the feeling in your head, this like horrible darkness, this like weight on your back, this just like horrible cloud hanging over you, and you just can't get away from it. It's tough, but if you do suffer and you're scared to talk, please talk, because talking really does help. Telling people how you feel. Social media is probably like my #1 thing, and I've got to find my own way of coping. And I have recently been noticing when I feel like I am seeing stuff that's affecting me to switch off my phone. I was perusing social media one evening. I was fine. I'd had a great day, nothing untoward. I was just sort of flicking through my phone before bed. And I saw someone who is younger than me who got an amazing acting job, and I really, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I remember my chest went tight, my palms were sweaty, I felt sick, my mouth went dry, and I just sat there and thought, I'm such a failure. I'm such a failure. This person, like, why am I not them? Why have they got a better life than me? Why can't I be them? And it really affected me. And I remember the next morning, I didn't sleep well that night, and the next morning I had a proper breakdown, like dirty, snotty crying. You know, like when you cry and you just snot like runs in your mouth, like that. I felt hideous. Hi guys, so I was filming yesterday and my camera ran out of battery, so it stopped. I felt quite good yesterday actually, and yeah, had a nice evening, met a friend, had a glass of wine, went to bed relatively early, watched a movie before bed, everything was fine, had a good night's sleep, and then woke up this morning. And literally no sooner had I opened my eyes, I just felt really poop. I went to bed, as I said last night, feeling really good, and I was supposed to meet a friend today because I'm not actually working at the moment solidly during the week, so I've got a few days off when I'm not working, and I arranged to meet a friend who I haven't met for a while, and I got let down last minute, and yeah, that sort of spiraled into a massive like feeling of rejection, not being good enough, comparing myself to other people, like her other friends and stuff that she has probably a better relationship with. Why did she let me down? Is it something to do with me? And then this morning that turned into negative feelings about myself, my appearance, my figure, my sort of personality, my well-being, my bank account, my lack of a steady income, haven't really got a career, don't know what I'm doing with my life, to the point that I couldn't get out of bed this morning. I had the covers over my head and I just sobbed uncontrollably. My dad came in and my mum, bless them, and my dad tried to sit with me for a while and like talk to me, but I was just inconsolable. And yeah, that was pretty crappy this morning. Felt really crap. It took a while to try and feel better, and I still feel bad now. I just feel exhausted now. Like, just the emotional toll has had such a an effect on my energy levels, and I feel really run down. I've got like spots. I think I've got a cold sore coming. I'm not sure. My lip really hurts. Probably shouldn't be swimming. Hope my parents don't see this. Yes, this is my pool. This is our hydrotherapy pool for my brother. It's like the only form of exercise that he can do, so I'm very lucky that we have a pool at home. It's for him, he uses it every day, but days like today when I'm not feeling great, this is like my little escape. So when I was feeling pretty shit, what I did was I looked at myself and I thought, after I'd had my cry, which everyone feels better after a cry, I sort of had a word for myself and I said like, I need to do something now. I need to get through this. I need to work through this. I can't let this ruin my whole day. It's a nice day today. It's sort of sunny, warm, and I don't really want to spend the whole day in bed. So I got out of bed, made myself a nice healthy breakfast. I had a cup of tea. Once I'd let my breakfast go down, I lit some incense, and then I did about an hour of like meditation, and it really helped to sort of focus my attention on something else and not like how I was feeling. And it really helped to regulate my breathing. And what I noticed was also, while I was feeling really crappy, was I had really bad sort of tight chest anxiety, and I was very sweaty, like very sweaty. So when I calmed down and I was meditating, my breathing regulated, so my heart slowed down. If anyone wants to know, the meditation is just on YouTube. It was just, I think the one that I got was just a meditation for relaxation and well-being. There's such a great resource on YouTube of stuff. Like, you don't need to pay for things when it's so accessible, like on YouTube. I just have it on my phone and I put my headphones in and close my blind, light some candles. Yeah, it's a really good sort of, if you've got like a quiet space. I usually do it before bed if I can, but days like today where I feel like rubbish, I'll do it like during the day. It does sort of make you quite sleepy because you're really relaxed, but it feels good. Yeah, so once I meditated, I wrote in a journal, which is something I'm not great at doing. I'm not great at writing how I feel down, but it's such an important thing to do, to be able to write your feelings and emotions on paper. It makes it really real, and it makes you be able to recognize, because usually you find it's all in your head. And like when you write it down, it just makes it so, it's almost like letting go in a way and like giving it to the paper. So it feels like you've passed it on to the paper, and it's almost like you can help process it. Because a lot of times we are so jumbled in our heads that when we write things down, it becomes a lot clearer, because you can only think about one thing at a time when you're writing. So I tend to write a lot of stuff down, how I'm feeling, why I feel how I feel, my worries, my woes. Sort of just, you know, like I keep everything, I transfer the material in here to like on paper. So what I find really helps to like ground me and make me recognize that this, you know, I will get past this moment of grief and sadness and this blue day, is to write down really truly what I'm grateful for, because I think when you do that, you tend to really see actually what you have in your life, and like the good stuff, like family, friends, animals, a house, a car, food on the table, you know, like if you've got a holiday coming up, or if you've got a great outfit to wear, or if you've lost some weight this week, you know, like even like small things, like you went to the shop and someone said, hi, how you doing, you look really well, like little things. And I think if you are suffering and you're watching this, I think it's important that you try to get into the habit of writing down 10 things that you're grateful for each day. And it doesn't have to be like the biggest things in the world. It doesn't need to be like, oh, I won like £5,000. You know, like people think that when, you know, to be grateful, it has to be like the biggest stuff. It doesn't. It could literally be like, I'm grateful for the fact that it's sunny today and there's butterflies in the garden and they're pretty to look at. Writing down 10 things that you're grateful for, and also why you're grateful for them and how they made you feel, is really important, because I think sometimes, especially if you're suffering with mental health issues, you get so caught up in how you're feeling that you forget, you overlook like the small little things. And for me especially, I find that like sometimes I can forget the great stuff that I have in my life because I'm so caught up in thinking and feeling like how bad things are going and how crap I feel. This is just a video about my journey and how I feel, and this video isn't a guide to how to cope with depression or how to, you know, make your life better if you're suffering. If anyone takes anything from this, then, you know, and if I've helped one person with this video in sort of saying like you're not alone, then I'll be happy.